Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. Now, today's topic is cognitive skills, why the core cognitive capacities. In my last video, I have told you about cognition and cognitive skills, and I have given you a homework to check a website. Here is the website which I gave you. And I also told, if you have an opportunity, why don't you check other websites and other information about cognitive skills? Well, if I tell you, then I have to do it first. So I have searched these two websites to know more about how to develop my cognitive skills. And I told you in this website there are 8 cognitive skills mentioned, and when I went and saw in the other website there were more cognitive skills than it was mentioned. Apart from that, I have also seen few more cognitive skills like long-term memory, visual processing. So why is this discovery about cognitive skills? What is it all about? Now, let me tell you, I have attended webinars about research writing, how to write a research paper, and I have seen some videos on YouTube channels which suggested the best way to write a research paper. Now, my realization, in order to write a research paper, you need to first select a domain. Here, domain means one particular topic. You have to go through so many topics and then select a topic. It's like you are selecting your job, what job you want to do in a vast area of job expertise. Someone wants to be a pilot, someone wants to be a model, and someone wants to be a doctor or an engineer. So you have to select that domain on which you want to write the research paper. And after searching for the domain, then you need to read, and the websites, the webinars, and all the YouTube channels told that in order to write a research paper, you need to read and read and read. The more you read, the more it is easy for writing the research paper. Now you might tell me, what is the reason that I am telling you all this? This is my realization. I think I wanted to read more about cognitive skills, so I have searched in 2 websites. Actually, they say you need to search more. That means, for example, you take a domain on cognitive skills, you have to read at least 20 articles published or the journals and read whatever is written. And I know you are already saying, I don't want to read 20 articles. I am already burdened reading these 8 cognitive skills in one website. Now let me tell you something. People are doing TikTok. People are doing some other things. They multitask. Imagine in a video, one needs to dance, one needs to sing, and the expression should be nice, and there should be grace. How many things he is becoming an expert so that his video is liked by his fans or others will like the video, whether it is any TikTok platform or any other platform. Imagine you are putting a status and the status should be liked by everyone. So you make sure the font is nice, the color is nice, the content is nice, and your pictures are nice. Some people use filters. So you are taking 2-3 things and making sure that your status is appreciated by everyone. So in order to be the best, you need to work hard. So I think it's not a bad idea to learn more, research more, see 2-3 websites, because I think your life career is more important than other things like making videos or keeping status. So, well, I have given this 8 cognitive skills which were in both these websites which I told, and there were extra 2 more cognitive skills. So I've written both the things side by side so that you can understand. Please don't tell me if you can do multitasking for your status, you can do multitasking for your videos which you upload on any platform, then you have to do some multitasking for your own life which will give you that salary. So what is this sustained attention which was same in both the websites? It is saying the basic ability to look at, listen and think about the classroom tasks over a period of time. All teaching and learning depends upon it. Without attention, new learning simply doesn't happen, and issues of understanding and memory are of no relevance. He's telling one needs to have an attention over a long period of time. This is the greatest problem everyone faces in the institutions, that a particular student is not concentrating, or the student says I want to concentrate but I am unable to do it. So sustained attention help you focus on a single task for a long period of time, sitting for a period of 40 minutes and listening to that lecture. Imagine some people see 3.5 or 2.5 hours of movie and they are not bored, or some people see continuous serials and they are not bored. I know they are interested in this particular thing, they have no interest in studies, but one thing we need to understand, that you need to work on it to make everything interesting. Initially you don't like those serials but you started watching it. Initially you may not like that movies, you started watching it. So please focus yourself. In the workplace, this skill allows you to stay focused and motivated to continue a single task until you complete it. What is your task as a student? To complete your studies. What is your task as a working person? To complete the work that is allotted to you. So sustained attention help you to resist moving on to other projects. That means concentrating on something and completing that project. Second point is response inhibition, selective attention. Now, response inhibition is the ability to inhibit one's own response to distraction. Imagine two children are playing close and you are listening to a lesson and they are in the hallway, and where is your concentration? Are you concentrating on the 2 children who are playing outside or to the lecture that is given in your classroom? So, selective attention is the topic given in the second website. It says, selective attention allows you to focus your attention on a single task even when there are distractions around you. It helps you decide where you will place your attention among many different choices and enables you to stay on that task. For instance, you could practice selective attention by answering emails instead of checking your phone, or socializing with co-workers. So if you are checking emails, only check emails. Don't work on other things like socializing, talking to others while checking your emails, or seeing your phone while checking your emails. So I think you got what I am saying. Speed of information. Processing refers to how quickly a learner can process incoming information. That's the greatest asset of a successful person. I have seen some people, when I tell some suggestion, they do it immediately. Some people are there who don't do it. Not that I blame them, but it's just that it's the procrastination of the work that they are used to it. So, some scientists consider the speed of information processing a central aspect of IQ. Many children with attention problem often are unable to keep up with the lesson plan presented by the teacher. Why people are unable to come with flying marks, or people are unable to get that 80% or 90% because they can't process the information very fast. And the other website is saying processing speed. What does this mean? The skill helps you quickly and accurately perform tasks. That means they learned it so quickly and they perform the task so quickly, and the brain is able to make more interpretation or information and apply it to a certain task. Some people are there, when someone explains, they learn very quickly. Some people learn a bicycle in 2-3 days, and some people learn a bicycle after 1 week. So it's the processing speed that differs from one person to another person. Now, how do you get that processing speed? The only way is by practice. Without practice, you cannot have that processing speed. So strengthening this skill can improve your productivity by helping you efficiently and effectively completing tasks. With high processing speed, you can swiftly identify your customer needs and begin brainstorming solution. So who gets that incentive? Where that salesperson understands the customer very quickly, rather than that other salesperson who is still trying to think this customer is fit for nothing, I cannot understand him. So two salespeople are there. One person is saying, I'll understand the customer. Another person is saying, I can't understand the customer. He is very hard to analyze. So there you go. Processing speed makes you a skillful person and also a successful person. The next point is cognitive flexibility. It is the ability to change what you are thinking about, how you are thinking about it, and even what you think about it. In other words, the ability to change your mind. This is very unique topic, but it is very useful topic. So cognitive flexibility is required in multiple ways throughout the workday. How well you can change to the changes that are given to you in your daily life. Some people don't want to change their pattern, don't want to change what they are doing, so they quit the jobs. They don't join in as a team. They don't want to work with new team members because they are not used to the new people. They are only used to their best friends and best scenarios. Now I can give you a good example of flexibility change. You need to carefully listen to it. There is a student who can learn an answer only when there is quiet environment. And he scolds his siblings if small sound is made in that room or in that vicinity. But when he goes to the examination hall, there is still 45 minutes of time left. He went there, he checked his hall ticket, and still he has time. So now he is studying, and the whole vicinity or that near the examination hall, there are hundreds of people, or there are many people who are studying, talking and everything. At that time, he will not say, keep quiet, in silence only I can study. He will study without concentrating on the people surrounded by him. Now he is the same person who wants silence in his room, but he is the same person who doesn't care about silence when he is near the examination hall. You know what it is? It is all in the mind. Cognitive flexibility. There he is doing that extra bit of carefulness, and here he is careless. So it's the attitude, my dear students. Don't tell me I cannot work with new people. Don't tell me that I have a working pattern, I cannot do this. Accept the change. Cognitive flexibility is at the supreme top order if you are working towards success. And in the other website, it is not mentioned. Well, my next cognitive skill is multiple stimulus attention. Well, I have a word for this. Multitasking is the name, multitasking is the game, which I have coined myself. Not that I am self obsessed with my own quotations, it's just that it comes from above, whatever we tell. So I thank God that multitasking is very important. I have learned this while I was working in a multinational company. Now, I'm not telling you something which I did not do. While I was in this MNC, I had to take a call, I had to listen, I had to speak. With my eyes, I have to see, and with my hands, I have to type. So, how many senses are working? I'm seeing the information, I'm talking with my mouth, and I'm listening with my ears. There is a headset and a microphone added to my microphone near my mouth. Okay, and with my hands I'm typing the information, and with my brain I'm analyzing everything. So many senses are working at the same time. So multitasking is of utmost importance. I am not telling something which I did not do, which I did not see. I have literally gone through it and did it. So multiple stimultaneous attention is ability to multitask with success. It is the ability to move attention and effort back and forth between two or more activities when engaged in them at the same time. It makes demands on sustained attention, response, and the speed of processing, and also requires planning and strategy. I told you, if you want to do any video for any platform, I told you whether it is a TikTok or any other platform, or for you're keeping a status, you have to have a multiple skills. That is, you need to be an excellent writer, you need to be an excellent photographer, you need to be an excellent editor, you need to be an excellent overall analyzer to make your status a successful status, or that most of the people appreciate what you kept in that status. So whether it is a video that you are making for any platform, or a status you are keeping, or you are preparing a video for your own college function or something, that needs multiple tasking on your bit. And a team leader has to be a multitasking person. He should lead as an example. So I told you I was referring to websites, and the second website which I was referring was telling divided attention. What is it telling? Sometimes you need to have your attention in multiple places, and divided attention help you retain information while successfully completing two or more tasks at the same time. For example, you could be finalizing your current project while completing the preparation stages of your next project. So one project is in the finalizing status while you are planning for the next project. You might tell, hey, it's so difficult. Let me tell you how many subjects you have. And while you're prepared for that other subject, you are already on to that next subject. And imagine when you can multitask 6 subjects or 4 to 5 subjects. Don't tell me you cannot multitask, until and unless you want a reason not to do that multitasking. You want an excuse to run away from that situation. And in today's generation, multitasking is of utmost importance, and it is one of the important cognitive skills. So divided attention helps you complete today's task without forgetting the ideas you have for the next week's project. Working memory refers to ability to remember instructions or keep information in the mind long enough to perform tasks. We use simple working memory when we look at the phone number and keep it in the mind while we dial. Let me tell you, when you use that mathematic formula which you have learned in 5th or 6th class, that's the basics. Remember, you are using it now. And it's the same thing mentioned in the second website or the browser which I browsed. Working memory, also known as short-term memory. Working memory helps us to retain information while you are using it. For example, if you are working on a project and do not have to look at the instruction again and again to remind yourself of the next step in the task. Some people, after working for some time, they become an expert. Initially, let me tell you, I used to wonder how these people used to make PPTs. This was like some 3 to 4 years back, I've seen a younger person to me who has done this PPT, and I was wondering how he could learn it, and I was really surprised what a pathetic condition I am in. But now I can prepare a PPT, I can work on it because there was no other alternative. I had to go with this online classes. I have to prepare the PPTs, and let me tell you, by God's grace, I was able to overcome the standard that was kept by that younger lad who was very apt in doing fabulous PPTs. Not that I am boasting that I am the best expert in making a PPT, but I can say I have improved myself. That's where my satisfaction is. So let me tell you, remembering, working memory. So now, after doing so many PPTs and presentations on my channel, YouTube channel, and also on my webinars or the online classes that I have given, now I know what to do next. Now I know what is the correct way of presenting, what is the correct way of presenting or making sure that PPT looks awesome. So working memory. So this working memory is helping me to become a skillful person. Category formation is the ability to organize information, concepts into categories. Now let me tell you, so many concepts are there. In mathematics only there are many concepts like algebra, fractions and denomination, sets, geometry. And next, when you come to again, which is chemistry and zoology, biology, everyone has their different streams. And everything has a set categories. And in commerce also, there are many set categories. And in English also, if you go in depth into it, there's so much to learn about it. So categorizing this is very important. So category formation is of utmost important, and it is the higher level ability like applying, analyzing, evaluating those concepts and skills. Categories are basis of language and organization of the world. Let me tell you how the school is organized. Like, you are studying 6 subjects, yet you are so well organized, you are able to study all the subjects, and by the end of your 10th class you are an expert in overall basics of all the subjects. Why that has happened? Because of organized information. So logic and reasoning skills help you solve problems and generate ideas. You use logic and reasoning skills when you identify the needs of the consumer and go through the process of brainstorming, problem solving to meet those needs. Who is your customer? For a teacher, the student is the customer. For a salesperson, the buyer is the customer. For an advocate, the person who is coming and who is asking for his help is the customer. So don't tell me that your consumer is not of importance. And when that consumer or that customer comes to you, you brainstorm with him, you talk to him to solve his problem. If he could solve his problem, why will he come to that teacher? Why will he come to the doctor or the lawyer, or why will he come to that shopkeeper to ask about that dress which he wants to select? So using logic and reasoning and analyzing data is a cognitive skills. Then your customer is satisfied or the consumer is satisfied. Pattern recognition and inductive thinking is a special ability of human brain not only find patterns but figure out a logical way that those patterns suggest what will happen next. In a broad sense, pattern recognition and inductive thinking form the basis of all scientific inquiry. Let me tell you, some person is watching some National Geographical channel on some animals, or he is watching Animal Planet and he sees and studies animals. Now his friend comes and he says, what are you watching? And both of them watch together. Who will anticipate the next move of that animal in that Animal Planet or that National Geographical channel, the person who has been watching that channel for a long period of time, because he knows the pattern, he knows the mentality of animals, because he loves watching those channels. It's the same way. People who are interested in making those videos for TikTok or any other platform, they know what pattern is liked by the customers. People who are creating those status, they know what status is seen by everyone. So recognizing a pattern is inductive thinking. And auditory processing, your brain uses auditory processing to make sense of the information. This is what both the websites are telling about the same topic. And what is it telling? This information goes through your ears, blending, analyzing and segmenting sounds and immediate or for future use. So some people will see other people's status or some other people videos that is being made, and they use their own creativity and they come up with a nice status or a video so that other people will like those videos, or he has become famous. Why do people put all these things? For that little appreciation. Let me tell you, every human being wants an appreciation. I am not telling appreciation is bad, but I am just telling you a little bit of appreciation is desired by every human being. So now you understand, he is recognizing the pattern, or he is listening, or whatever things he have seen in other status, other videos, he is applying all those information, whether he sees, he listens, and he uses it for a better status of his or a better video of his, and for a future reference, so that he will be appreciated or liked by others. So the cognitive skill helps you actively listen to customers, leaders and colleagues. And what does they do? He will use this information, what is heard, in a productively way, so that it will help him to that success. Long-term memory. This is another thing. It's as simple as it's a long-term memory. The skill you have remembered the main points. Maybe in the last week meeting I told you, you remember the formulas or the basic biology or physics or chemistry which you have learned in 5th, 6th class till 10th class, and you apply it now. So it's a long-term memory. Next, visual processing. Let me tell you, this is a very impactful skill, cognitive skill. It helps you effectively interpret images, and strong visual processing skill allows you to analyze, design and document. Let me tell you my own example. I always wanted my previous PPT to look much better. Okay, the previous PPT is much better, but when I make the new PPT, I want it to pass that one. So I will have this intention in my mind. My previous PPT had this standard, I have to increase that standard. My previous video has this standard, now I need to increase this standard. My people or my students who are listening are expecting more, I need to give them more. So that's what it did. So visual interpretation of data, and such as using graphs or tables. While I do this PPT, I use many things. I want the pictures to be nice, I want the design to be nice, I want the coloring to be nice. I sit for hours together just to look how beautiful it should look. The presentation is of utmost importance. So visual processing is very, very helpful. These are the 2 extra points which I told you, compared to the 8 points which were given in the 2 websites which I compared. Please don't tell me that you will not do multitasking of reading again and again. Read more content, browse more information, search many websites, search many articles. Then only you can become a research writer. So how to improve your cognitive skills? Simple. Reduce stress. If you are stressful, how can your brain work? So make sure you try to reduce that stress. How to reduce that stress? Suppose you are at a workplace, make sure after working for a long time, give that stress buster. Walk around the corridors, or just talk with your colleagues with the same gender, and at home talk with your parents. So stress, if you reduce the stress, your cognitive skills will improve. Take care of your body, drinking plenty of water and eating correct food and sleeping for 7 hours a day will help you work better. And sufficient sleep will improve your memory skills. That's what scientists say. So please make sure your body is taken care properly. Practice focusing. Now let me tell you how that person has become a famous TikToker, or he have nothing to do with TikTok or have nothing to do with any platform. All I want to say is I'm taking their example. So how that person has become a famous celebrity. Now I'm seeing celebrities who are not made on TVs, who are not made on films. I'm seeing celebrities who are made famous by these platforms which they are using. You know the platforms. So they are becoming more popular than anyone else. So what I want to say is, how did they get that? They practiced. They are doing so many things. I told you, singing, expressions, grace, dance, and they are mimicking someone. That means the same dialogue they are mimicking someone. And overall dressing style and the grace of their dance, everything should match. I've seen some videos which are shown by my relatives. They don't know how to dance, their expression is not correct, their dressing style is weird, and people laugh at them and they put some wrong comments because he can't do it perfectly. So how can they do that and become a famous celebrity? They practice by focusing on it. So all these cognitive skills have to be put into practice. I'm not telling in one day you will get, but over a period of time you have to improve it. Next, exercise your brain. Let me tell you how your body needs an exercise. You need to exercise your brain. So what you can do, how you can exercise your brain, or how you can practice focusing. Let me give you an example, because I did not see reducing stress. How to reduce stress. Some people listen to music, or they do. How to take care of your body also, but what is practice focusing? For example, in your workplace, you take your mobile and put it in a locker or a drawer, and don't use that mobile for 1 hour or 2 hours. That will increase your focus. So something like that. And exercise your brain means what? Go and read a book in your break time, and go for some puzzles. Recently in my relative's place, I saw a word puzzle. So with the word, they have to find out words, and it was very nice. I enjoyed it. And go for some puzzles or crosswords, play chess game or some games which will improve your mind, or write a story, create your own characters, write a diary. So these are the exercises of your brain. And using cognitive skills at the workplace. I told you already, identify the pattern. If you want to be a successful pattern, what is that pattern which is making you fail? You need to study, where am I failing? What am I doing that I am unable to succeed? Second, if you are successful, again identify the pattern, what was the reason for my success, and don't leave that pattern but improvise on that pattern. So identifying the pattern is very, very important. Next, analyze resources. What is those resources? Analyze that. It's like a progress report. In the progress report, someone got 80%. Now he wants to get 90%. What should he or she do? He needs to study the progress report properly. Which subject I got less? Where are the areas I need to improve? It's the same thing here. You need to analyze all your resources and go through the data. Oh, where am I falling? Where is my shortfall? And where am I successful? And how to improve that success? Progress is a continuous process, and success is a continuous process. And you fall, you learn, and again you succeed. You fall, you learn, and again you succeed. So analyze your resources to have a great cognitive skills in your workplace. Analyze How are you working with your colleagues? How are you working with your partners? And next, focus your attention. Now that you have known the pattern, now that you have analyzed the resources where the whole problem is or where you need to improvise, use it effectively in completing the task. And it is very useful because you already identified the pattern and you already analyzed the resources. And one thing I want to tell you, that cognitive skills is very, very important. It's all in the mind. And I told you, multitasking is the game, multitasking is the name. So never stop learning. I hope you have a wonderful time listening to this topic. I wish that you will really work on it and you will not give up. Thank you.